I'd like to tell you about an extension called Google URL Shortener. It's been pushed out to all teachers, and you can find it in your Chrome browser. So if I launch my Chrome browser, you can see the shortener right here. All right, and what it basically does is it takes a long URL and shortens it, making it easier for other users to type that in and come to whichever site or location that you want. So for instance, you might have a slides presentation. So here's a slides presentation. We can share this out by name, or we can share it out using a URL. So if we look at this URL, it's quite lengthy and quite impossible to type in accurately. So what we can do is just click on this extension. And it shortens it, and so here it is. I can copy it. And what I might do is I might just paste it right into my presentation, so anyone who is now viewing this presentation can type in this URL, and we'll make it a bit bigger for them to see. They can type that in and have this presentation. Now of course you'll have to go into your share settings to change how anyone might be able to see this. So this here says anyone with a link can view it, so that's fine. If you wanted it to be editable, you would have to change that to edit. Just what you would need to do that. So we're all done here. So it allows us to put in a shortened URL. Now what it also allows you to do is use a QR code. So if you have students or others who might have a phone with them and have a Slides app on it or iPad, you can just use this QR code, and they can now use a QR code reader and take a picture and end up at your slides presentation that way. So it's got those two functions. So it's a great idea for using for things like slideshows or slides presentations and Word docs or Google Docs, pardon me, anything that has a URL. Now it also works well with websites. So if I wanted to shorten this website, send it out to students or send it out to other people, I can just shorten it this way. And you can see here it is, a much shorter URL than we have here. Another thing that it does for you is, let's just go back here, is it gives you some details in terms of views and how many clicks people have used to get to the site. So for instance here, I can go to details. And I can have all sorts of details. Now I just put this one up, so clearly there's no activity on it. But if I click up here on URL Shortener, I can look, and these are some of the other URLs that I've shortened. You can see some have never been clicked on. Let's just look at this one. So here's one, and if I look at details, it gives me all sorts of information from the dates on which I received the most clicks on that site, to the browsers that were used, to the platforms that were used, including the countries in which users used that link. So it gives you some analytics as well. So that's your Google URL shortener. Looks like this and works quite easily. So enjoy shortening these crazy long URLs.